Hi, my friends. Good morning. I hope that you're feeling well this morning. Um, we're going to get ready to do a little bit more Bible study. I love the Word of God, it's the only way to live. I just want to come on here and tell you about this milk that I've gotten. This milk is called moolah. I guess it's considered a keto milk, but I find that it's a very good milk. I have been buying the regular almond milk because you get more in the container. This one you don't get as much. It's a little bit more expensive, but it is really good. My son is drinking all the milk. Only thing I do with this milk is I use it in my coffee, or I use have been using the heavy whipping cream, but I decided to try this moolah. What this is made with is a very good milk. It's a little bit more expensive. It's $5.79 at my store. I don't know if it's cheaper somewhere else, but it is a keto milk. It has calcium, vitamin E. It has almonds, and it's the sugar in it is from natural honey. That's what I like about it. I'm not a sugar person, but if you have to have some sugars in a milk, I would rather it be honey than anything else. And it says that it has no carcinogens. The carcinogens is what they were talking about, why people stopped drinking almond milk and tried to switch over to coconut, because the carcinogens are that caking factor they use to stretch the milk to keep it on the shelf for so long. That caking factor is very unhealthy. They want to keep it out there for a date or whatever. So when we get this, we're not gonna let it expire because it's not that much in here. By the time you use it on your coffee, he just drink milk. We don't eat cereal. He just drink the milk. By the time you use it on something, it's gone. And it's 60 calories per 1 cup of milk. If you have to drink 1 cup, it's 60 calories. This is an organic almond milk, moolah, and it's a keto milk. You can find it in your local supermarkets. Most supermarkets have it. Some people are drinking raw milk, which is the milk before they put all of the different things in it, but I'm not fooling around with that. I kind of feel like I'm not a cow and I don't want to drink animal milk, because that's just like when you feed your babies, you breastfeed, they drink a human breast milk because they're humans, And when you get to be a certain age, I don't think you should be really drinking milk. I really don't. The only thing you might want to use a milk for is if you're making a beverage that says you need a milk in it, then you want to get some moolah, like a coffee drink, or, if people are mixing up alcohols or things like that. Moolah. That's what I like. The other thing, and no sugar because it has a little bit of honey in it. So, but I can't even taste it in my coffee. Anyway, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys. I was looking at one of my favorite ones that I follow. They have the homestead group where they have their own homestead, their own farm, and they have cows, chickens, and they're growing their own stuff on the land. And Dr. Berry has started doing that about 2 or 3 months ago. So what I wanted to say was, I wish I had the type of money where I could have like my own land, because whatever you grow, it's nothing wrong with it because you grew it. You don't have to pay the extra money for other different things. But what I want to come on here and tell you was, it's getting ready to be fruit season. And what they were telling me on the homestead group is that milk, they're talking about making a different type of milk. I just want to tell you about it. It's called a perfect dairy food. The perfect dairy food. But this milk is made from a lab, and it's made from yeast and different things. It's not made from a cow. So if you see something that say the perfect dairy milk, it is a lab made milk, and they're putting in it something in it to make it taste like milk, just like you see those vegan hamburgers. Not trying to talk about them. They make it up to taste like a burger, and they put different things in it. You don't know what's in it. Whatever they tell you on the label, that's what you believe, right? You don't know what they're putting in the vegan meat. So people buy that. It's soy product mostly, but don't get the perfect made milk because it is made in a lab of yeast and different things like that. And yeast is not always the best thing for you to be drinking. The other thing is, be careful with the various milks that you drink, because they were saying on there also, one the older guy there, he's allergic to the milks. They put the growth hormones in the milk. So countries like Canada, Israel, Japan, and Brazil, they have outlawed the milks that we drink. So get a good company when you're drinking whole milk, whether it be what's the name of this company? I was using Fairlife. Make sure you research the company. Now, Fairlife is not using growth hormone. Research the company to make sure they don't use growth hormone in their cows. And this is another thing I want to tell you guys. I'm going to start using butcherbox.com. Butcherbox is a good he's a good butcher, with where the meats and things are raised. Get used to finding you a good farmer where you can purchase your meats from the farmer and he'll give you a discount. That's why I like the fact that a lot of people on here are starting to buy farms, and I'm staying in their downline. So I'm like, when they start selling their meats from their cows and their different things that they have, I'm going to be like, oh, I want to purchase that. How much is that? Because I feel like if they're carnivore and they're all about eating healthy, the cows and the animals and the eggs, everything's going to be healthy. So you just want to stay in the downline of somebody that's doing something good, so that hopefully you can reap some of it in the future. But Butcher Box, I've heard, is a good butcher where they can send the food right to your door, sort of like you order the frozen meats. Butcherbox.com. Check into that if you're eating carnivore. Another thing I want to talk to you about was fruits, watermelon in particular, and strawberries, things that are red. Be careful. Make sure you wash them when you're buying them out of the store. Make sure you are washing your fruit. They had a senator on television saying that he wants red dye number 5 or yellow. He wants the dyes to be eliminated in the foods. These red dyes and different things are causing cancers. So what they were saying on the Homestead group is that calcium carbide or oxytocin hormone is being used for watermelons. It's also being used in other fruits like mangoes, bananas, and things like that. And the fruits that the fruits and things that have a lot of water substance in them, they often seep in these chemicals easily. Even though you're washing it off or whatever, and you're soaking it and washing it off before you eat it, you don't know if that fruit has seeped in that chemical that they put on it. And so this oxytocin, calcium carbonate, whatever, it's a powdery substance. So if you buy these watermelons and you see a powdery substance on your watermelon, before you cut it and start eating it, make sure you clean it off. Make sure you wash it off. Use soap and water. If you don't have vinegar or veggie wash, use soap and water. Clean off your fruit. Just a little soap and some warm water. Clean your fruit off. Cold water, warm water, whatever. Strawberries, soak them. Get you some fruit wash. Just soak them really good. Use a little dash of vinegar if you don't have fruit wash. Soak your fruits, even your grapes. Anything that come from the grocery store produce section could have various chemicals on them that they use to get them places or to keep bugs off. But the same thing they're using to keep something off could be killing you, could be causing you cancer, stomach problems, and have your insulin level raging. So that's why I stopped eating all the carbs, fruits and vegetables and things, because I don't know what they're put. I don't have time to constantly buy all these things to keep washing them and cleaning them, and I just don't have time. So I've been just trying to eat meats. I'm just telling you. I do still use the leafy greens in the coleslaw, but you have to soak and wash everything before you make it into something. If you're going to use a coleslaw and they have it in a bag, make sure you put it in there, wash it off thoroughly, clean it up, get you some fruit wash. Get you some fruit wash, use it on your veggies. You can use it in 2 ways. Get the little wash, the little things that you need. Get the things you need to cleanse and rinse out. With those salad bowls, get the salad bowls. Get the things you need to keep your health well so that you will be okay. That's all I wanted to say. Now, another thing, guys, I've been eating keto, carnivore. I've been eating carnivore now for maybe about 30 days, but I've been eating keto since the beginning of the year. Now, when I first started eating keto, which is where you eat no sugar or you eat certain types of sugars that won't spring your blood sugar up, because I'm not diabetic, but I do not want to end up with diabetes. So many people are ending up with diabetes just from, and a lot of people are walking pre-diabetics or are walking diabetics that they don't know, because they constantly keep eating the sugars. Everything that the government make has something in it called sugar. The sugars are used to preserve the items, and sometimes they're used just to make you buy more and make it taste good and make you eat more. Sugar in the form of yeast, sugar in the form of various types of sweeteners, flours, caking products is in all the stuff that we buy, especially if it's not a fresh produce or it's not a meat. If you're going into the aisles where you're getting stuff in the cans and in the boxes, sugars is in them, and it's not good for your system. Your body cannot break down all of that glucose that you send in through there, and it oftentimes send you into hypersensitive mode. You're like, oh, why am I so, why am I feeling so sick? And so I was feeling sick all the time. And I kept saying, why am I feeling sick? The doctor said, you're not a diabetic. He said, why your blood pressure is always super high? So I've gone down on my blood pressure medicine. I only take it twice a day now. I was taking my blood pressure medicine 2, 3 times a day. So I'm down a little bit on it. And as I'm eating this carnivore diet, I'm feeling better. I'm sleeping better. I slept naturally yesterday longer than I've ever slept. I've done it a couple of nights where I've gotten tired because I do a lot of walk. I'm doing a lot of walking lately. Sometimes I work out twice a week. I'm fasting 3 days a week, because I'm able to do these things because I eat the protein. Protein is the number one food for your body, and protein comes in the form of meat. I eat my meat. I eat it. If I don't eat the meat, I eat the eggs, or I eat the seafood, or I eat the chicken. I eat the meat itself. I'm not eating the powder like you want to buy the protein powder. I don't know what's in that. I don't know what they're putting in that. It might be a lot of sugar. So I don't. I was buying when I was doing vegan. I had to supplement with a protein powder because we were not getting enough nutrients from a plate of vegetables. And I don't like lentils. I do not like lentils. And people kept giving me lentils for vegan when I would order a pantry because the food would be short. We would get big bags of lentils, and they say, "Oh, just mix that up with some tomato sauce." I'm not gonna eat no lentils. I don't like the taste of it. You can't make me eat a lentil. I'm not gonna eat a lentil, you know. And then we ate so many beans until we would have diarrhea. My stomach would be cramped up and gassed up. So I don't like beans like that either, you know. Nuts is okay, but how can you make a nut into a meat? Cook it up. My daughter says she's all vegan. Cook up the nuts, Ma. That can be your meat. I said, that's not my meat. Those are nuts. Those are legumes, and they taste like nuts. For me, nut is just to use on a topping, on top of something. If somebody bake a pie or a cake or a muffin or something like that, gluten free, hopefully yeast free. But if you're doing something like that, put a little nut on it. But I can't say I'm gonna make a hamburger. You're gonna take. I tried it. I even have videos where I was doing vegan, where I was taking mushrooms and nuts, and put some black beans in it. And I was trying to make a hamburger. I was trying to make a hamburger out of mushroom, nuts, and black bean. It's not a hamburger. It's just not. Get you some real meat. Get you some real beef. Get you some real pork. Get you some real food. Now, the Bible does say something about the pork or whatever, but I found that people can eat it if they pray over it and it's clean. But my mom always said, may she rest in peace, don't eat pork. That's how she was. She said, don't eat pork. You know why? Because a pig don't have no veins. And she said, whatever a pig eat, even if they resell it, you don't know if they ate some that had some germs or some cancer or something in it, even if they resell it. But now I've been kind of cheapy around here. So yeah, I've been eating some pork. But I know deep down that I'm not supposed to have it. So I'll eat a canned fish, a canned tuna. I'll eat anything before I try to eat the pork. But I've been eating the chorizo and I've been eating a little bit of the pork because I've gotten down low in my budget because I didn't budget right last month. So when you budget your food monies properly throughout the month and eat when you're hungry or when it's mealtime, eat when it's mealtime and don't overeat. Eat what you're supposed to have. You know, if you're supposed to have a 4 ounce something or and you say I'm really hungry, I'm gonna have two of these. That's cool. But you know, because I love the way that I'm eating now, we have been eating a lot. We would stock our freezer up and we just be like, oh, we could just make more burgers, more cheese, you know, more different things because I know how to make them in different ways. And I'm gonna show you that. You know, so we make a beef bowl and we put things in it and different cheeses in it, all this in it. You know, we just was loving eating like that because we just recently started eating more meats, you know, because I was doing keto where I was telling you, you know, I got this keto little map thing. It shows me what I can buy to eat as keto. So that's what I have been doing. But now that we just eat I'm eating mostly meats. My son eats keto still. He likes the size. But I want to eat just the meats because I'm just trying to get my weight down to a certain point like I want it. And then I'm going to be like, okay, you know, I might continue the diet though. I might continue or I might go back to keto carnivore where I'm eating, you know, really low sugar items and watching what I'm eating, you know. But just the carnivore itself, you sleep so much better, you feel so much better. So try it, guys. Try to do the carnivore where you're just eating meat, beef, eggs, cheese. You get yourself a good milk. You can use a keto milk, moolah, or um, heavy whipping cream in the coffee. No sugars in the coffee. Things like that. You can use flavor in the coffee. You can put some cinnamon in there. You can put some vanilla, but it can't be a sweet flavor. You know, all the flavors they have at Dunkin' Donut, you can use that. But you have to drink the coffee with no sugar. Some people like black coffee, but I like a creamer or milk in mine. So I use sometimes I get the heavy whipping creamer. I try always to get the moolah. Sometimes I'll try to find a sweeter moolah. It's another kind of keto milk too that I'm gonna tell you about. But try to get milk that has no carcinogens in it. And if you can find a farmer, this is what I want to tell you guys. Find a farmer's market in your area because it's going to get warm. You can even Google it wherever you live. Some farmers offer a box, just like Butcher Box will send you some good healthy meat. Some farmers will send you a box of fruits and vegetables if you're eating watermelons and uh, beets and you're eating leafy greens or coleslaws, cabbages, things like that, carrots, you know, certain things on the side. Farmers market, find you a farmers market. And when you go there, have your money ready throughout the summer. You may go to a farmer's market 3 or 4 times. When you go to a farmer's market, get you a stock of stuff and freeze it up in your freezer, ziplock it up, can it up in jars, and keep it for when you want to eat something. You can even make it kosher, your vegetables. You can make all your vegetables kosher and put them in jars. Go when you go to the farmers market, you know it didn't come in on a truck. It's not filled with pesticides. And ask the farmer when you get there, did you grow this? Because some farmers will be out there displaying their stuff and they just went and bought it from some bulk vendor. They didn't grow it. But ask the farmer, did you grow these? Did you grow this? Is this your item? Did you grow this on your farm? You know, before you spend your money. Make sure they grow the items, and if you see the dirt on the bottom of it, it came out of the dirt. And they're gonna say, "Don't you see the dirt on it? I just pulled this up and bought it out here." That's the one you want to buy. You want to buy the farmer that actually farmed and bought his goods to the farmer's market. You want to spend the money on that. Okay? That's what you want to get when you go to your farmer's market. So I'm going to be looking for me a farmer's market. My local neighborhood pantry here, sometimes they bring us items here. They bring food from the farmers market to us. We have a local farmer here in our neighborhood, somewhere out here where there's some land. In this little vicinity, we have farmers. Isn't that something? And they take their goods to the local neighborhood pantry. people that can't afford all the time to eat because your bills are so high. So sometimes we'll get a neighborhood pantry every now and then. But the pantry people know where the farmers markets are, and they know where people meet that sell their items from their farms, or they've been growing it. And so I'll be going out, finding these areas, or becoming a subscriber to a big farmer that I know is a farmer, and they're going to send me a box of fresh greens. And I'm not only thing we're going to eat is pickles, greens, but you can get the pickles from the supermarket. Fresh greens, coleslaw. That's it for us, you know. But my son, he may sometime want a good grown wild watermelon that come from a farmer. You notice the watermelons in the grocery store are not even that sweet. And when they do get in season, you still have to be careful. Make sure you get the whole watermelon, and make sure you wash the outside before you cut it. Okay, when you see them watermelons come in them big cardboard boxes, they come from a farm. Get your watermelon then. Them little small, little beady ones that they try to mass grow to sell you, don't buy that. Don't buy it. You don't know what's been going on there. Might have red dye, yellow dye, uh, calcium carbonate, oxytocin, all kind of stuff on it. Get good fruits and vegetables. Okay, guys, I'm gonna talk to you later. Bye.